love oysters and gorgeous scenery, we may have the perfect event for you.
Yeah, Stand and Shuck is a nightly oyster roasting celebration that is against the backdrop of Monhegan Island of Maine at the Monhegan House. Joining us live to tell us more is Melanie Tucker. Thanks so much for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right, so tell us, what is the Stand and Shuck?
So the Stand and Shuck is an oyster roasting station that is on the lawn of the Monhegan House, and it runs from 3 to 5 every day from July and August. We'll have some preseason events too, but it really hits the ground in July.
Fun, so exciting. All right, so we have a lot going on right here. Can you tell us a little bit about what you brought with you today?
Yeah, so we like to get oysters from all over the peninsula. It's like a candy store of oyster farms, so we're really lucky. And these today come from Aphrodite Oyster. It's owned by a woman named Krista Tripp, and we love to work with all local businesses, but the women-owned businesses are particularly close to our heart. So she's a great provider. Her oysters, often we get them the same day she's harvested them. She's only 15 minutes up the peninsula, so she brings them down to the dock and the ferry brings them over. So today I brought these. Usually we shuck that we do them on the grill, but today we're gonna do some raw on the half shell, just so you can taste them.
And what are these sauces over here? They smell delicious. I got some whiff of
Everything
them.
smells great right now.
So these are mignonettes. This is a classic mignonette. It's a rice vinegar. It has shallots and has some honey, sometimes a hot honey we put in there. And this is a special cucumber vinaigrette that Chef Bobby made for me.
Oh, yum. All right, so can you talk a little bit about the Monhegan House in general? What is it?
So the Monhegan House is a boutique historic hotel. I love this place. It's 150 years old. It's been owned and run by women for many of those 150 years. And it's on Monhegan Island, which is 12 miles out to sea. So we're off of Mid-Coast, coming out of Port Clyde or Booth Bay.
And for the Stand and Shuck, do you have to stay at the inn for this, or is this kind of just open to the public? How does that work?
No, that's one of the things we love, is that it's open to everybody. It's a way we build community, because at the Monhegan House, we are all about the culinary experience, and we use that to bring people together. So we have hotel guests who come, we have cottage owners who come, we have islanders who come, and even sometimes our staff members, young women from Indiana who've never had an oyster, get to walk up and try one.
Amazing. So vehicles are not allowed on the island. How can people get there?
Oh, okay. There are no vehicles on the island, but there are caretaker trucks, and now there's some golf carts. So do be prepared for that, because some people think they're going to come and there's going to be vehicle free. So we do have to have a way for businesses to get around. But usually people come to one of the 3 ports, which is Booth Bay, Port Clyde, or New Harbor, and they take a ferry over from that. It's about an hour and 15 minutes.
Fun.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. What else is there to do on the island there?
Okay, on the island, so at the hotel, we have Art Hour, which is a drop-in art space. Again, really community-minded. We have 4-year-olds on the island. We have grandmas on the island. We have pro artists. We have amateurs who come together. They do art hour. We have the supplies, and they just drop in and do some kind of organized activity under the apple tree at 4 o'clock every day. On the island, it's known for hiking. Monhegan Associates takes care of about 17 miles of hiking trails. 3/4 of the island is preserved by Ted Edison, as a matter of fact, back in the 50s. And so hiking is very big. Many people come there. The backside, we call it the backside, which is the eastern side. It's the tallest sea cliffs in New England.
Ooh, wow.
And so they're really beautiful. So the hiking is beautiful inland trails under the pines, or it's really rough, rugged, bouldering trails on the cliff. So hiking is very big. Birding is huge. Our opening day is in 2 days on Friday, and we open early because of the birding. We're on the Audubon list as one of the top 10 birding spots in the U.S. So we have all kinds of birding groups who come.
Fun. All right, so let's bring back to the oysters.
Okay.
There are so many spots around the state that offer oysters.
Yes.
What makes this event stand out from the rest?
Well, I'd say it's so spontaneous. I mean, it is just, I mean, I found oyster roasting about 10 years ago when I was road tripping in California, and they did it in Tamales Bay. And I love oysters, and the thought of roasting them on a fire seemed really appealing.
Ooh.
And then I tried them other places like New Orleans and Seattle, so I thought we should bring them to the island. So we brought them, you pop them on the grill, you take an oyster, something like this, and you see one's flat and then one is cupped. So you put it cup side up on a really hot grill, you close the grill, and the heat pops it open. And then you take tongs and you just slip it in and you pull it off the grill, and we have it little sheets, and we put them down, and we have towels. You can have one right here.
Here, I'll hold that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have towels, and you would pick it up with the towel and peel off the top, break off the top shell. And we have garlic butter that we made on the grill, and we have tomatillo sauce, and the chef often makes like a chimichurri sauce. So we have different sauces you put on it, and you slurp it right out of the shell. And you toss the shell down, and we collect those, and we make walkways and things. But and it's all an honor bar. So we just have a basket on the side, so people throw in $20 bills and get their own change. And we're gonna have Venmo too this year. But the honor bars work really nice. It just makes it really casual and fun.
We're running out of time here, but do you want to quickly maybe crack one open so we can show people what they're all about? And for someone that maybe hasn't had an oyster before, would you suggest that they try one, or do you think it's like a certain palate?
Good at that. She does it so
I know, so quick.
There you go. So we'll put a couple here.
Perfect.
You're welcome.
What do these oysters taste like? What would you describe them?
Well, I would say they're just a little bit salty. They're super fresh. My friend likes to say, eating one of these oysters is like kissing the sea. So,
that's good. That's pretty good.
yeah.
Do you have any tips for people that want to open up oysters themselves? It's a little tricky, probably.
Yeah, this one's giving you.
There we go.
And you need a towel because that was kind of gets really aggressive.
So we have a little saying. See, on the oyster roast, they pop open on their own, so it makes it super easy. But when you're shucking them like this, then we have something called wash, wiggle. Oh, no, I'm not going to get it. But
No worries.
So we wash and we wiggle it, and then it pops open.
Awesome.
Oh, wash, wrap, wiggle.
There we go,
good to know. And
So
then do you just put these toppings on it after?
Yes, we can each have one here.
Awesome.
All right. It looks like we have just enough
And
time
then
for
like
that
a little bit
too.
awkward. There we go.
Perfect.
I'm not going to win the shucking contest. There you go.
All right, we got 3 of them. Awesome. Should we try some right now?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I think I'm gonna do this cucumber. You want to dress mine?
Yeah, sure. All right, I'll put some
Here,
right
you may have my time.
I'm gonna go this one.
That one? Okay, I'll put a little on there for you.
And you
There you
can't
go.
forget the oyster. What is it? Liqueur? Oyster liqueur?
Yes,
is that what they
that's
call
right.
it?
Perfect.
But that's what's so nice when you roast it, because
You were spilling yours.
I know.
There you go. You take my
Thank you.
towel.
Thank you.
All right.
There we go.
All right. Cheers.
Let's do it. Cheers.
Hopefully,
Cheers. Wow.
this looks great. Oh, is mine detached? That's the worst part. I think.
I know when it doesn't get.
I'm just like
There we
picking
go.
at this.
Mine's a little attached there still.
There you go. Live TV.
Delicious. We love oysters. Huge fans. Thank you so much for coming on. Do you guys have a website where
This is
people can find
great.
out more?
We do. It's monheganhouse.com.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for
I'll
coming
be
on.
visiting because
Thanks
these
for
were
having
good.
me.
All right. We'll be right back with much more on our